This honey will make you hallucinate. It can numb your entire body, slow your heart, and in the wrong dose, it can kill you. It sells for $400 a jar, and somewhere on a cliff face in Nepal, one family still harvests it by hand, the same way their ancestors did 7,500 years ago. This is Mad Honey, and I flew 36 hours to taste it. Mad Honey is made by Apis laboriosa, the world's largest honeybee, 3 centimeters long, twice the size of a normal bee, with stingers that pierce straight through clothing. They build their hives on open cliff faces, sometimes hundreds of meters up, and they feed on rhododendron flowers, which contain grayanotoxins, powerful natural compounds that interfere with your nervous system. The bees are immune. You are not. In small doses, locals have used this honey for centuries to treat high blood pressure, joint pain, even as an aphrodisiac. But the line between medicine and poison is razor thin. 1 extra teaspoon and you're vomiting. A little more, paralysis. Too much, your heart slows until it stops. In 67 BC, soldiers of the Kingdom of Pontus scattered mad honeycombs along the path of an advancing Roman army. The Romans couldn't resist. They ate, they collapsed, and they were slaughtered. After 36 hours of flights and mountain roads, I arrived at Tani village, home to the Gurung tribe, who migrated here from Tibet generations ago. And in this entire village, only one family still practices mad honey hunting. 3 generations standing in front of me. The grandfather's hands alone tell the whole story. Decades of climbing, cutting, surviving. Before we went anywhere, the family performed a blessing ritual. A thread tied around my wrist. Sacred water. Protection against harm, illness, and evil spirits. Out here, you take every form of protection you can get. The tools they use have never changed. A rope ladder, 80 meters of hand-woven bamboo, wooden rungs fitted carefully into braided rope, one by one. And their only defense against the bees? A giant bundle of freshly cut leaves packed around smoldering chalk, a living, smoking torch that they lower down the cliff face ahead of them. No harness, no hard hat, no radio. Just the rope, the smoke, and 7,500 years of knowledge passed down through blood. The path to the cliff wasn't easy. The bridge had collapsed in a landslide. We had to cross the wreckage, synchronized, trying not to shake it apart over the gorge below. Nan starts his descent, not from the bottom of the cliff, but from the top. The ladder isn't even long enough to reach the hive. He free climbs the rest. Each colony down here can hold up to 100,000 bees. When they sense danger, they don't immediately sting. Instead, they ripple their bodies in perfect synchrony, a shimmering wave designed to make the colony look like one massive organism. It's called a shimmering defense. It is one of the most unsettling things I've ever seen through a lens. Nand has 2 poles, a basket, and his feet to keep himself balanced. Every time he cuts a section of comb, the bees retaliate. Over the course of a hunt, he might be stung more than 100 times. It took 4 million flower visits to produce that honey. And when the hunters sell it, each person earns less than $50. At the base of the cliff, fresh honey dripping from the comb, I took my first taste. Bitter. Immediately bitter, with sweetness underneath. And then, almost instantly, a tingling. Starting at the lips, spreading back through the mouth. A slow burn, like eating something spicy, but deeper. It doesn't stay in your mouth. You feel it move. I ate a small amount. Carefully. We still had a long mountain path to get back, and Miu, one of the hunters, had taken just a small spoon of the same honey. He was already throwing up. Back at the village, I took 1 more dose, a generous one. I shouldn't have. Within the hour, my body temperature dropped. My fingertips went numb, completely insensitive to heat. The grayanotoxin disrupts sodium channels in your nerve cells, cutting communication between your brain and your body. I felt it spreading, slow, cold, unstoppable. Then the headache, then the nausea. Then I was throwing up too. I spent the night wrapped in every blanket I could find, in a village with no electricity and no hospital within reach, waiting for my body to clear a poison that has no antidote. It took 24 hours. The Gurung family has been doing this for generations, carrying this knowledge, this risk, this tradition up cliffs that would terrify most people just to look at. I hope it survives. I hope they survive. And if you're wondering whether it was worth it, ask me again once the ringing in my ears stops.